Instead of hedging your trade, why not roll over the trade? Now I know you are surprised. I thought there is no hedging strategy in pocket option or binary option generally. Well, literally, there is no hedging in binary options or pocket option if you like. But there is hedging. There is hedging, but literally on the surface, there is no hedging. Now, what's hedging? Hedging is simply a way of you trying to curb your losses, okay? Like to cancel out your losses. If I lose 100, if I know I'm going to lose 100, why can't I take another trade that would cancel out that loss of $100? Do you understand? And even if possible, give me an additional profit after canceling out the loss. Imagine you took a trade in pocket option and you were losing in that trade, and the time got expired before your trade could play out, like before you could make profit. The time has already expired. Have you ever thought of a way in which or through which you could possibly extend your expiration time? Sometimes this expiration time plays a major, it's like a setback. Let me put it that way. It's like a setback because oftentimes I've taken trades where, that's in the past, I've taken trades where, at the 4 second, 3 second, 2 second, a second expiration time, that is, time is almost elapsing. The expiration time is almost elapsing. And I was in profit, but when it got to 2 seconds, 1 second, it became a loss. So the trade ended in a loss. Have you ever experienced such a thing while trading binary options in pocket option? I personally have experienced it, okay, in the past. Now, there is a way you can curb such, okay? There is a way you can curb such that you will have more time for that your trade to play out or to end in profit possibly. Do you understand? So there is a way to extend your expiration time, and that is what you're going to be learning in this tutorial. So make sure you watch this tutorial to the very end. Let's make progress. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Now, in today's tutorial, we're going to be focusing on the rollover feature in pocket option. The rollover feature in pocket option. Now, let me take a trade and illustrate this. Let me open a higher position. Let me just using 3 minutes time frame. Okay, good. Now, for this rollover feature to show up, the trade in question must be in a loss, meaning you must be losing your position in that very trade for the rollover function to show up. All right, so let's click on the trades tab at the bottom left hand side. Can you see this? Can you see this? So this is the rollover feature. Okay, so I'm losing this trade already. Look at it. Here is $0. It means I'm losing the trade. That's why you are seeing this rollover function. If this trade if this trade changes to profit now, okay, it's automatically this rollover function, this rollover feature will disappear. Do you understand? So now I will click on the rollover feature, this button here for rollover. I will click on it. Okay. Now look at what you have to note. Whenever you want to roll over an already running trade, the initial capital you used for that running trade will be doubled in the new active trade. Likewise, your potential profit will also be doubled. Do you understand? Let me say that again. Whenever you want to roll over an already running trade, like in this case, okay, the trade is already running, right? The initial capital in this case now is $50. It's $50 I'm using for this trade. You can see it here by the left hand side. The initial capital, which is $50 for this very trade, used for this running trade will be doubled. So if I click on the rollover button, this $50 will be double. It will now become $100 and no longer 50. Do you understand? Likewise, my potential profit for this same trade, once I click on the rollover future, will also be doubled. Now, the potential profit for this trade, for example, is 92%. 92%, okay? And I'm using $50. All right, 92%, and I'm using $50. So once I click on, though the rollover feature has disappeared, the button has disappeared because I'm in profit already. Like I told you, it only works when you are losing the trade. That's why you can't see it again, because right now I am in profit. Now, if I should click on that rollover feature of rollover button, my capital, the initial capital will be doubled. It will now become $100. $100. Okay, then my potential profit will also, which is 92%, will also be doubled. It will become 92 times 2. The trade closed in profit. Do you understand? So my potential profit will become it will become 92%. The payout for this very trade I just closed was 92%. So if I had clicked on rollover, it will become 92% times 2. So my potential profit will be doubled. Then my initial capital, which is $50, will also be doubled. So it means my new capital now will be $100. All right. And my potential profit will be 92% times 2, which is 184%. Do you understand? So if the payout percentage for the very trade you are taking, okay, which is running in your own case, is 90% or 91%, and you click on rollover, then the potential profit will become whatever percentage it was times 2, and your new capital now, your new trading capital now for that very trade will become times 2 of whatever initial capital you use for that trade. I hope you understand. All right, let's make progress. Let me open a fresh trade. I want a case where I will be losing the trade. So let me intentionally lose this trade. Let me go lower and click on the trades tab at the bottom left hand side. Okay, so I want to lose this trade. So let's see. Let's wait for the rollover button to show up. I want it to be a losing trade. Now you keep in mind what I said earlier on. Okay, I said whenever you roll over an already running trade, the initial capital you use for the running trade will be doubled in the new trade. Okay, likewise your potential profit will also be doubled. Now let me click on the rollover button. Confirm. Can you see? So now my capital became doubled. It was $50 initially, right? It became doubled, and my my potential profit also became doubled. All right, though you can't see it here, it will not show that it is doubled, but it became doubled. So my potential profit, my new capital now for this trade is now $100, and my potential profit now became 92%, though it is not showing there, but that is what it is. 92% times 2, which is 184%. All right, 184% potential profit. Do you understand? Now, there is something else you need to note about the rollover feature in your pocket option. Now, before we come to that, take note that the position or the direction of the initial trade didn't change in the new trade. The direction of the initial trade was a lower direction because I click on the lower button, okay? And that's what you are seeing here. See this red button by the left hand side, that tiny red button. All right. So the lower position which I took in the initial trade didn't change in the new trade. All right. And the currency pair I'm trading, which is euro/pounds OTC, didn't also change. All right. Then what changed is my initial capital became doubled and my initial payout percentage became doubled. So two things changed: initial capital and initial payout percentage. Now there is a third thing that changed. All right. What changed next? I will talk about it when I open a fresh trade. Let me just allow this trade to run. I want to open a fresh trade and talk about that one. I want to illustrate that aspect very well so that you take note of the changes. All right. Don't forget what I said initially when I started this tutorial. I said the primary function of the rollover feature is to enable traders extend their expiration time. Now, by extending your expiration time, you get to double your initial capital and also you get to double your potential payout percentage. Note all of these. All right. So let me wait for this trade to play out. Then I will talk about the third thing you need to take note of practically. Now, thirdly, let me take a trade. Let me just take a random trade. Let me put this thing at 3 minutes. Let me change the amount to 100. Okay, $90. Now let me take a trade. I will just take a random trade. I want to use this trade to illustrate my last point. All right. Let me see if it's a winning trade, though. I wish it's a losing trade so that I will explain better. It's a winning trade. Let me take a losing trade. Anyway, let's make progress. I took two trades up and down. Up and down. My target is the rollover feature, okay, for explanation purpose. Now, the third point is that if you want to roll over, all right, take note that when you roll over a trade, okay, the new trade, which is the rolled over trade, will start counting afresh from the original time frame plus the already active time frame of the main trade before you rolled over. Now look at what I mean here. Let's go back to the main dashboard. I will take a fresh trade again, please, because my target is the rollover feature. Now take note, the original time frame of this trade is 3 minutes. You can see it over here, 3 minutes. So please note that, 3 minutes. So what's the original time frame? 3 minutes, right? Now look at this expiration time. It's 2 minutes 42 seconds. All right. So now when you roll over a trade, the new trade which is the rollover trade will start counting afresh from the original time frame plus the already active time frame. This one is the already active time frame. I'm using this very trade as an example. This one is already active time frame. So it will be the original time frame, which is the 3 minutes, plus the active time frame, which is 2 minutes 16 seconds, whatever seconds. Okay. So let me click on rollover now so that you see. Can you see this? So the original time frame was 3 minutes. Then the active running time frame or time expiration was 2 minutes and about 6 seconds thereabout. Okay. So when you add both of them up, you will get 5 minutes, let's just say 00 seconds, because this very seconds aspect keeps counting down very quick. Okay, so we couldn't catch that. Now let us say it was 5 minutes 00 seconds. So 00 seconds means 59 seconds, right? So if it's 59 seconds, it will now be 4:59. Do you understand? Instead of 5:00, it will now be 4:59. So immediately you click on the rollover button, the original time frame you are using for that trade, like in my own case, I was using 3 minutes, will be added to the already running time expiration. Like in the case we looked at before everything changed, it was around 2 minutes something seconds. So original time frame 3 minutes plus the active running time frame, which is 2 minutes plus. Okay, it will give you 5 minutes wherever, all right, which is as well 4 minutes 59 seconds. Do you understand? It means the function of the rollover feature in pocket option is to extend your time expiration. Remember, the time expiration for this trade now, this very trade, was 2 minutes something seconds, as in after I have entered the trade and it started counting down. It got to a point, at the point where we caught it, it was 2 minutes something seconds. Then when I clicked on rollover, all right, when I clicked on rollover, 3 minutes was added to the already active time expiration, which was 2 minutes whatever seconds. Okay, so it became 5 minutes whatever seconds, and before you knew it, because it keeps counting down the second aspect, it became 4 minutes 50 something seconds. Do you understand? So in general, what does the rollover feature do in your trading in pocket option? One, it doubles your trading capital for that very trade. Number two, it doubles your potential payout percentage for that trade. Okay. Number three, it extends your expiration time for the trade in question. Do you understand? So these are the three effects that the rollover feature in your pocket option has on any trade. Okay, on any trade you are taking, especially like I said, when you are losing that trade. When you are losing that trade, that's when you can click on the rollover button. Do you understand? Now somebody may ask, now what then is the similarity between rollover and double up? Well, the similarity between rollover and double up lies in the fact that you can do both of them, all right? And it is best and recommended that you do both of them only when you have a losing active trade. So in both cases, you can only do both or do just one of them when you are losing the trade, not when you are in profit. When you are losing the trade, that's when you can do either rollover or double up, or you do double up and rollover. You understand? So if you want to do double up and rollover combined together, you have to first of all click on rollover before you click on double up. I hope it's very clear now. So double up is like a hedge, all right, against a losing trade. It's like a hedge, just like we have in futures trading. You can hedge your trade. So double up is like a hedge, all right. It's like a hedge. Then the rollover future itself helps you extend the time expiration. If your trade was to expire in the next 2 minutes and you are using the 3 minutes time frame, all right, once you click on the rollover feature button, all right, your time will be extended. How? The initial 3 minutes will be added to the running 2 minutes, making it 5 minutes altogether. Okay, so your time will be extended, giving you enough time for your forecast to play out for that very trade. Do you understand? So that's how it works: double up and rollover. All right, so if you found this video valuable, please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you are yet to do so. All right, cheers guys, and we meet again in the next video.